Please join me in the pledge to the Bible. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, first I just want to thank everyone, Mrs. Atkinson and Mrs. Fox and everyone who's part of Lion King. You guys did an amazing job. Wow, so great. Yes, be blessed. So many people with their performances, so well done. Well, this week we're talking about the intellectual virtue of honesty, and we've been working on a sound off that goes along with it. It's be a truth teller. All right, so be a truth teller even when it hurts. So this week we're talking about honesty. Today I'd like to talk about how much God loves the truth. How much God loves the truth. Because the rest of the week we'll be talking about things that we do to try to get away with not being as truthful as we should be. So we need to first establish that how much God loves the truth. In Proverbs 6:16 through 19, there are a list of things that it says God hates. And we typically reserve the word hate for just a few times. And in this case, the word hate is in its full sense. God hates these things with its entire being. These are things that are sinful, and just listen to them. There are 6 things the Lord hates, and 7 that are an abomination to him: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among the brethren. If you notice out of that list, how many of those have to do with the truth? A lying tongue, a heart that devises wicked plans, a false witness who speaks lies. So of the things that God hates, several of them talk about not being truthful, not being honest. We are talking about honesty. There is a poem by Sir Walter Scott, and I think actually this fall there was a one-act play based on this. In his poem, he writes, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive." What is Sir Walter Scott talking about, a tangled web we weave when we deceive? What is he talking about? What is the tangled web we weave with our words? Yes, Maria? You have to say it louder. What's the tangled web? What does that remind us of when we think about a tangled web? Emma? Charlotte's web, yeah, spider web, right? Spider web. How many of you have ran into a spider web before? It's all sticky, right? Yeah. And that's what he's talking about. When we start telling things that aren't exactly true and not totally right, we start spinning this little web, and eventually we get kind of all tangled up inside of it. God hates that. God hates that when we do that. Now, we know for sure that we shouldn't say, a flat-out lie if something's not true. We know that. But it's when we start telling these little white lies, these little untruths, God hates that. When we start getting into the web and trying to remember, what did I say to so-and-so? God hates that. Proverbs 13:5 says, so if God hates that, Proverbs 13:5 says, a righteous man hates lying. So like God, a righteous man hates lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and comes to shame. So our tongue, what we say, we need to make sure that we are telling the truth. Not just because we don't want to get stuck in a tangled web, but because God loves the truth and hates lying, even the little white lies, even the little kind of sort of truths. He hates that. So we need to be in love with what is true. Well, it's the month of May, so we are learning, we are singing a new hymn of the month. So it's on Christ the Solid Rock. So got a group? Yep.
Just going to go over the chorus first. I think we've done this one before in the past, but let's learn the words. You're going to make a C with your hand. On Christ, this is the sure, the true. So we're going to say, on Christ the solid rock I stand. And then all of the ground, like you're getting the dirt through your hands, and then it fades away. All of the ground, it fades away. There's nothing without him. The sinking sand falls away. So on Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When darkness veils his lovely face, I rest on his unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. His oath, his covenant, his blood support me in the whelming flood. When all around my soul gives way, he then is all my hope and stay. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When I shall launch in worlds unseen, oh, may I then in him be found, dressed in his righteousness alone, faultless to stand before the throne. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand.
So let's stay away from the tangled webs of lies. And we're going to be a true teller. The Lord be with you.
Dress rehearsal.